Hello there, it's Michael and it's VEDA day 24. Okay, so today was supposed to be my wrap up for the Dewey's 24-hour readathon, but see what had happened was Beyonce, Lemonade. That's basically what happened, and I have no shame. I finished rendering my video and I was uploading it, right? That was around 8 o'clock-ish. I was uploading it and I said it to myself on that video. I said, if Beyonce uploads her video, that's it. That's done. Like, there's no chance of me ever reading, and that's so true. Her album came out, and I got this much in on the vegetarian. I got roughly, I only have like under 25 pages left. It's like I could have been done, but with Beyonce, see, okay, so the I saw the visual album. I listened to the album, like the actual music album, and then I listened to the album again. All I did was listen to the album, and it was funny because my coworker was even like, you're not listening to Hamilton. And I was like, you're right, I'm not listening to Hamilton. So yeah, there's two parts. There's the visual album and then there's the actual album. Now the visual album, the imagery and the cinematography, it is beautiful. The black and white, just the colors and the transitions. As much as I love Beyonce, let me tell you, there were poems that were the interludes between the songs, and in my head I was thinking, Beyonce, now, you're a great singer, but did you really write these poems? No, she didn't. It was actually written by Warren Shire. She's actually a poet. From what I looked up, I believe she writes poems about like the immigrant experience and whatnot. I actually downloaded it, teaching my mother how to give birth. So I'm going to read it. It's roughly 38 pages. So I'm going to read that soon and see how her poetry is, because there were some poems between those interludes. The word choice was just, I was like, oh. Nice. Now let me tell you about the album-wise. Album-wise, I really enjoy it. I think it's so different. The reason why I love Beyonce as an artist is because she always constantly pushing and constantly changing, and it's always like as a point of her life of where she's at. Because now I'm thinking like artists nowadays will have to do a lot to capture an audience's attention. After Beyonce released her Beyonce album, all these artists started doing where they just released their album. That was it. Like Trey Songz did that, Kendrick Lamar did that, Drake did that. Like, it's just, the songs are just like randomly put out there. But now you have to come out with a visual album too, because that's like the next step up. I love the songs. Let's just go through these. They're all really good. This is a quick thought about what I think about Lemonade in general, because I'm sure that in a few days that there will be a ton of videos analyzing and critiquing every single line and verse. I'll just go through my favorite songs, because we're not gonna go through all 12 of them. 6 Inch is so good. It's so good. That's probably because it has The Weeknd on there, and I love The Weeknd. So, because whenever The Weeknd comes on, like whenever he does like a collaboration with an artist, you can always tell his style is in it. It has these like long drawn out notes. It is, I love it. Daddy Lessons is so good. Basically country and bluegrass. That's the vibe I got from it. Oh my, I was all for it. I was all for it. Sandcastles is really good too. I think I really enjoy Sandcastles because it really reminds me of Beyonce, like in her previous albums, like more R&B than anything, and I really like it. Kendrick Lamar is on Freedom. That song is so good. I think my favorite is still Formation. Like I just really love that song. I love what it stands for. I love the beat, the lyrics, the video is so good. Flow-wise, because when I listen to albums, I like to listen from the beginning towards the end. So, now, with this one, it flows really nicely. Except when you get to Formation, the vibe is really smooth, like the changes and the transition is really smooth until you get to Formation, because Formation is the last single, and it's a little bit of like a stumble for me because it just comes out of nowhere. Like all of this hype beat just comes out of nowhere. But that's just like a little quirky thing that I always listen to when I'm listening to a full entire album. But I think one of my favorite thing is that she did include Warren Shire, which is another exposure for more people that don't listen to that don't like read poetry or like listen to poetry slams. Like in her previous album, Beyonce, she exposed a lot of people to Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, because that verse that she got from Flawless is from her TED speech, and I was like, oh my gosh, yes, Beyonce, give us lessons. Compared to her other album, I think I still enjoy Beyonce better than Lemonade. I think just because Beyonce, like the album was, I felt like I really got to know her as a not only as an artist but as a person. Okay, and I'm over here talking about like I know her. I don't know her. As more of a person than what everyone else portrays her as. Here, Lemonade is so different because she's also talking about different things, like the thing with Jay-Z and those allegations, and her dad about her family, her sister. Like this one's a little bit. This was more personal for her. I can feel it. The choices for album of the year, I think Lemonade, The Secret Life of Pablo, Anti, 25. I think those four are my top ones right now. Okay, this is like a CD music thing, but I love The Secret Life of Pablo because it's so good. It's just so good. And that CD is incredibly produced. Like, it is awesomely, amazingly produced. Anti, it took a while for me to get used to it because it's kind of like a stripped down Rihanna. Musically, not figuratively, but like music wise. So the sun is setting, so I keep changing my my ISO. But Anti is, it takes a while to get used to that album because like the first half of that album more like yeah, but then towards the end it gets to these like mellow beats and mellow lyrics and songs. And 25, her transition from 19 to 21 at Adele was so good. Out of her 3 albums, I think that's the best one. It's so good. And I feel like 25 was just a little bit more of 21. I felt like she wasn't pushing it enough because a lot of the songs, think about it, it can technically go on 21. I still think that's a great album. Oh, yeah, I know this wasn't book related. It's music related than anything, but I love music. There's that. Tomorrow I will come back with a proper book video, and I will finish this tonight. I promise you guys. That's because Game of Thrones is on tonight, and I will stay off internet. I am not going online at all because this season is supposedly where book 5 ends and like book 6 is supposed to start, so I don't want to know anything. I don't want to know anything. So I am gonna finish this. I'm going to try to finish Carry On. I'm almost done with that. I have like maybe an hour left of listening to that, and then also I'm gonna finish the book of poetry by Warren Shire. So those 3 books I'm going to try to finish. Hopefully I'll get around to it. If you listened to Lemonade and liked it, didn't like it, let me know. Until then, I'll see you guys till later. Bye!